For a Delano woman, her husband, and their teenage son, this past weekend was supposed to be a special time, a concert in Sacramento that would make some memories. But the mass shooting was not the kind of memory she had in mind. 17's Robert Price has her story.
The tragedy in Sacramento late Saturday night that killed 6 has had far-reaching effects. Far-reaching, in fact, all the way to Delano, where a local woman walked through the carnage. Kendra Guyvat and her husband, Miguel Gomez, had taken their son and his friend to Sacramento for a Saturday night concert at the Golden One Center, an indoor arena, home of the NBA's Sacramento Kings, a few blocks from the state capitol. After the show, they tucked the boys away in their hotel room and went out onto K Street, where things were still lively. It was just before 2 a.m., and bars were turning patrons out onto the sidewalk. Then Kendra made one of life's random, mundane decisions upon which fate turns, for good and sometimes not for good.
They have a lot of street vendors out there, and we were going to go hit a street vendor and grab some hot dogs. So he tried to go right, and I was like, no, we came here for the hot dogs, so let's go grab our hot dog. And that's when we went left and went to the hot dog stand, and it couldn't have been 2 minutes after I left the stand that all of that rang out.
Had Kendra and husband Miguel skipped the street dog, they figured they would have been at precisely the wrong spot when the gunfire erupted. Kendra tossed aside her hot dog and shot this video in the moments after the initial bursts of gunfire. At one point, her video stops abruptly as another shot rings out.
There was multiple bodies on the floor, some that were dead on the scene, some people that were passing out as we were walking through. And as we were because there was still gunfire at a distance, so we were kind of dipping and dodging, trying to get back to our hotel. In the alleys, there were people screaming for help, and you can see the ambulance pulling up, and it was just really hard, and you want to stop and help, and you still hear gunfire, and I have kids.
She says she saw things she hopes never to see again, including a young woman she guessed to be about 18, who was bleeding out through an open chest wound.
She was just young and deceased, and there was nothing that I could do to help her. I wanted to start chest compressions, but she had an open gunshot wound to the chest, and she was already bleeding out. There was nothing that I could do to help her, and I think that stays with me the most, especially because she was so young.
Kendra could not sleep. She figured she was up till 8 a.m., spending much of that time watching the police investigation unfold on the street below her hotel room window. Those images will stay with her.
I'm still having a hard time processing it, sleeping. I feel like when I close my eyes, I kind of just see all of that.
More evidence the tragedy can strike anyone, anywhere, anytime, as victims or perhaps just as witnesses. In Delano, Robert Price, 17 News.